Hello everyone. Again, welcome back to our channel. So this time we'll be doing something new, and I think even I'm too excited to go through this lesson. This is one of the favorite thing in civics that it talks about the power sharing. So now, what is power sharing? How it is done? What are the basic principles? What rules it particularly follows? Today we're going to learn that what is power sharing is all about. So, as I have told you, you had read this is class 10th, chapter number 1, political science book. This is the NCRT course that we are following, chapter power sharing. Okay, so let's begin. First, we're going to talk about the Belgium. We had to taking now power sharing. I'll just give you a brief idea for that. Word itself derives. What you could say is word itself derives power means to have authority to do something, and sharing means to share it with different people. So power sharing means a power which has allotted to dignity can be shared among different levels. So today we are going to study about the power sharing in two countries. So how power sharing is beneficial? First, we're taking the case of Belgium. As you all know, you can see on the screen, uh, whole Belgium has been divided into four parts. First is a Wallonia region, and this region, people there are 40% French. Okay, now these people are 40% French as well. You could see that they are rich and powerful. Now, here, minority doesn't carries any meaning to the people. The only thing that carries meaning is they should be rich and they should be powerful for anything that need to be followed off. Okay, so their Wallonia region 40% rich and powerful criterion we should learn. You could kindly make a pictorial diagram in your copies even after you were watching this video. So it would be helpful to recall your notes when your exams will be upcoming. Now we're going to talk about Flemish region. Flemish region 59% Dutch people, benefits of education and economic development. Okay, the one thing I want to tell you is do not get confused in Flemish region because Flemish goes with the pronunciation like the word French. Okay, so the French is relatively highly rich community, but it was present in Wallonia region. It is comparatively low than that of the people who are Dutch, but still French is more powerful. Okay, so we have two languages. First, you had seen French, and second, you have been seeing Dutch. I could say that my pen's color is not matching. One second. Yes. So one we have French and one we have Dutch. Okay, so these two language we are going to focus on today. Now there is 1%. You could see this blue part here in this map. This blue part is German. German people who speaks the language German. Okay, now one of the important and an interesting part comes when we talk about the capital of this country, that is Brussels. Now, before that, uh, a question can be framed that why we are studying for this only for Belgium and Sri Lanka, because these are the recent examples, and these are small countries and their examples are easy to make of. So Belgium is a small country and it is as small as you could think or Haryana in our country. It is even population in Belgium is even less than that we have in Haryana. So it is now you can imagine how a small country it could be. So now we're going to talk about the Brussels. Now make a mark that Brussels is the capital of this country. So here adds up a big thing to your knowledge that Brussels, this pronunciations goes like Brussels. Okay, so Brussels is the B for Brussels and B for Belgium. Now, an effective way to learn this is again telling you that pictorial form is the best. Now you are in a big class and you are enough to take your own decisions. You can stick a map in your copies or a note copy that you keep beside and took up a help on your exams. Okay, so Brussels, the capital of this region, and capital region Dutch were in minority. Now what happens is in a Belgium as a whole, okay, let's take me an example. here I'm drawing a rough sketch of this Belgium and a small sketch of this Belgium, and this is I'm drawing Brussels. Okay, now take two examples. Now this is Brussels and this is Belgium. Okay, now what to do is Belgium, the Dutch people were in majority. Okay, so I write Dutch here. Dutch people were present in majority, so I will write Dutch here. And in you could see this. Okay, so here people Dutch were in minority, so I'll write it out of that map. Now you know why I'm doing this, because after watching this video you will come to know that I have drawn two maps. It's all about a belief system. Okay, so I'm just drawing it. Now keep in mind that capital Brussels had less population of Dutch, where means Dutch is in minority and French was in majority. Let's move on to the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Okay, one important thing, you have to learn the definition that has been given besides in the task box. And did you know? Please do not misfeed them or do not ignore them, because these box fact files are very important. Even a question can be framed. Teachers used to say that we'll give you middle questions, but that not clearly the middle questions are. They are just from the fact file that is present in your book. So make a mark that you'll read it. Now let's study about the Sri Lanka. The story of Sri Lanka is completely different. First point that I'm telling you about Sri Lanka is population is comparatively more than that of we have in Belgium. So I will write here population. Please make a mark that population carries a great and a lot meaning to a country. Population decides a country to be more powerful. So please do not ignore it. Population is comparatively higher in Sri Lanka, but there Sri Lanka has a drawback that recently, before the power sharing idea, the Sri Lanka has been divided from the India through the civil war. And what the war is all about, the India was getting to the freedom and Sri Lanka declared himself to be an independent state. Okay, so the date you all know directly, or comment down in the chat box that what's the date that Sri Lanka has been considered himself as an independent nation. Write it down as quick as you can. I'll be waiting for your answer. Here you goes for the 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I'll be watching you, seeing your answers till the time we proceed. Sri Lankan Tamils occupies North and East Hindu and Muslims. Okay. Now I will tell you three types of people, caste peoples living there. Ones were Sri Lankan Tamils, ones were Hindu Tamils, you could say, or ones are Sinhalese. Now, Sri Lankan Tamils were those who had been departed from the India during the war and come as a refugee, or you could say, the forefathers belongs to India, but now the people are living in Sri Lanka. Sinhalese were the original Sri Lankans that belongs to Sri Lanka itself, and Indian Tamils that has lent their that lives in India, but after the separation of the two countries, they had to come to the Sri Lanka. Okay, northeast part. First, let me mark the parts of this sides. Yes, correct. Okay, so these are the directions that we are going to study. So what is written here is they occupy north and east. Now what does north and east means? The part between north, that is this is east and this is north. So you could say this whole region. Please, I am taking up this tab because you could recognize it whenever your exams would be there. So please do not do or pay attention to this. So this is our northeastern parts. Okay, this yellow and orange you could see here. This is our this part. Okay. Now I tell you one thing, that northeastern has been covered by the Muslims and Hindus. Okay. 18% of these are Muslims. Now, which 18% Tamils? Ones that has been came from the India. See here, Hindu and Muslims, Tamils. So these are 18% and they are Tamils. You can see this yellow part here. This yellow part, this signifies the Sinhalese. Now Sinhalese, these is a comparatively extraordinary, enormously, what could you even say, a broadest and a majority country populations lives, or you could say is a Sinhala. Sinhala is an official language and people who those who spoke Sinhala would confessed it as the Sinhalese. Okay, so Sinhalese were in a majority. Okay, and their majority carries them a lot meaning. Now you could say that a point of similarity why we are considering these two in this examples, that everywhere there is a majority case and a minority case. In Belgium we have studied that French is in minority and Dutch is in majority in Belgium, and in Brussels the Dutch is in minority and French is in majority. So same case goes like here. Both Sinhalese and Tamils and Christians. Now what is 7% of them were Sinhala and Hindu Christians Tamils. Okay, now you could say Muslim Tamils only 1%. Indian Tamils and Hindu Tamils, you could see this part. Now this is, I will write here, southwestern part. Okay, southwest, this is your northeast, so I will write here northeast. I am denoting it with a dark blue color, so you could also denote it with whatever color you want in your copy. The Sinhalas were also in northeast, and Hindu Muslims, Sri Lankan Tamils also occupies this part. Okay, so this upper part was mainly considered by Sinhalas and Hindu Muslim Sri Lankan Tamils. Now these Muslims, as I've told you, Muslims and Indian Tamils consider this northeastern and southeastern part. I'll write here southeastern. Okay, so this is a southeastern part. Now, reason for alienation of Sri Lankan Tamils. Majoritism in Sri Lanka. Alienation means, any one of you know, then you can write into the chat box. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you the meaning of alienation. Alienation means sometimes you feel that you're not a part of anything. So feeling, not a feeling of oneness. Okay, when you feel yourself to be different, when you no, you could say that you are not belonging to that particular group. Sometimes when you just fight with your brothers and sisters, it feels that beme. So feeling of loneliness, feeling of alone. Okay, that is our alienation. So now what are the reasons of Sri Lankan majoritism and alienation? So obviously majority will is Sinhalas, and you could say that minority isn't. So alienation was in Sri Lankan Tamils. Now what's the case is? Dominance of Sinhala. Now see, what is this happens is all about when a country or a community becomes relatively rich or in greater population, then it establishes in dominance. Somewhere before 2014, it was going in India too. After 2014, things were completely changed, but dominance is leads to the monarchy. Monarchy leads to the destruction in democracy. Democracy makes the whole procedure to be held off, and this leads to the destruction, violation, and complete destruction in a country. So dominance is the first step for the extent of the country. So the dominance of Sinhala community due to the majority. Now what does they tell is, now we are present in majority, and now we will establish our dominance. And so we all know that Sinhala was present in a large population, and so Sinhala led to its domination. That was very wrong. That is should not be there, and so the power sharing ideas comes too long. I'll tell you in the future of this PPT, but I'll telling you just now that power sharing, the idea of power sharing has been derived. Power sharing is a solution to monarchy. to the destruction of a country. Power sharing can stop a country to be extinct, because I'm saying extinct means when a country is fully dispatched, then it could have no meaning. 1956 Act was made to consider Sinhala as an official language. Now, one of the important thing is that children, this date, I know some of you who love civics, they do not follow great time to learn the date, but some who are just mean to study the civics and do not really want to study them, then I will tell you a tool. What you could do is you could match this date. Now see, you are in a smaller class. After you will come in 11th, you'll have to face so many things and you have a choice even. So for this class, you do not have so much of dates. You could do one thing is, whenever you got to across a date, you could match that date, or you could cross match that date with something who is close to my. When I was in class 10th, and as the time I comes across the dates, I used to relate them with my family members birth time, or you could tell this 1956 the time era where our parents used to be there, so you could match the dates with their birth date, or someone's India got freedom on 1947, so you could match with that. So now how could you match? I'll tell you the way you could match it. 1947. So now this is the time I'm telling you that India got independence. So 1947, India got its independence, and here it is written 56. Okay, so how many years it would be? You could calculate, and after that you could remember that 23 years after this land act has been passed, and you can easily learn it. 1956, or otherwise you could repeat it 4 times, you obviously get to learn it. Okay, provincial policies favoring Sinhalese in the university position and jobs. Now what has happened, that dominance of Sinhala was established. Sinhala was obviously considered as an official language, so now anyone who speaks Sinhala was given a greater preference. As you have studied of apartheid, white person were given more opportunities, so their Sinhalese were given more opportunities. State to protect and foster Buddhism. Now, the Sri Lankan Tamils, most of them follow Buddhism, and even some of the Sinhalas. So now state was getting into a problem. Now, see, why should I say state? Because in social science, we does not contains that feeling of state, as these countries are too small, and not for that, but usually it's a social language, you could say. Social language we consider, or we could express the state as to be the country also, so you should not be confused. Okay, position of Sri Lankan Tamils. Now, position of Sri Lankan Tamils we are talking, because Sinhala has established its. I'm making this diagram to make you that Sinhala has established its dominance. Okay, now dominance had been established. Now, what all unfavorable things now people are facing there, I would make you study that. You could quickly write the points, and as I've told you in our chapter democracy, why democracy of ninth class, if you had studied, or any one of you gone through it, and anyone is willing to go through, then you could first go to that chapter democracy, kindly play a review to that chapter. You could kindly go and run, and I tell you, and I'm telling you also, dominance established. Now you could do one thing, children. Here are so many points are given. Rather, you could write these if you're able to learn it. Otherwise, social doesn't provide a hit-or trial method. You could write your own points. Just understand them thoroughly, and you could write in your own language. But make sure that your language should be efficient. Launch political parties for struggle recognition of Tamil as an official language. Now, what does they do? Rather than making complete statements, they start fighting. Now, this is the drawback in Sri Lanka as compared to Belgium. For Belgium, we'll study in future, but for this, I'm telling you that it is a drawback for this country. This country doesn't lead to the idea or listens to anyone, but they led to a civil war. Now, all these 4 points will make a feeling of alienation and feeling of war between the people. Now, people do not listen to anyone else. Sinhala um, exhibits its dominance, and Tamils also, they also want this in Tamil to be official language. So they also keep on fighting and they led to the political parties. They said now we are in minority, that's not a mistake. Now how you say मेरी गलती थोड़ी है इसमें मैं ऐसे कर रही हूँ तो उसमें मेरी गलती क्या है? You could mean that nature is making you do that or some other circumstances make you do that. So Tamil people has the same say. They say that it's not a mistake that we are in minority. It's not a mistake that we had a civil war, we had alienation from the Indians. So, and they demanded the autonomy. Now, this is also a great reason for that. Equal opportunity in education and jobs, as I told you before, that Sonalis were getting opportunities in schools, colleges, and jobs to pursue. And so they want that no, Sinhalese should not get the equal opportunities, but the Tamil people, natives should also got this opportunity. Political organization was formed demanding an independent Tamil LM in North and East Sri Lanka. See, you had studied about the Tamil. Now we are going to study about what is this Tamil LM. Okay, first let me comment that did you find anything that is difficult for you to learn, because now this is a completely a new part that is going to be start. This is the thing that 3 points were studied, and before that we are all studying about that what you had done previously, but this is something that new has been arisen in this chapter. So still if you had any problem you could directly write in the chat box. I would pay an attention to that. So now let us begin. Now please listen it with more attention. This is something that frames a question of 3 marker in the exams. Political organization was formed and independent Tamil LM in northeast and Sri Lanka. First of all, I would tell you about the map. See, maps are very, very important to memorize the. I am drawing in a rough diagram. Okay, sometime somewhere the maps looks like of Sri Lanka is. This is north. Okay, its marking goes like as India has. This is south. This is our east and this is our west. Now it's just staying about the northeastern parts. Now what did Tamil people do? They started saying that we want an separated state. Tamil LM was basically means that they were demanding for a complete independent state from the government, from Sinhalas. They told government that please give us a complete part of this country. When we live separately, we'll have our other government. We do not want Sinhala's dominance, and we cannot force them. So we want a complete separated state. Now this was something that cannot be affordable for the country to do, because country has recently been departed from the India, and now they are talking about to again dispatch the country into two, Sinhalas and Tamils. So they decided to get the different state, that is Tamil Elam. So our question could be framed that what is Tamil Elam and why it is demanded. So answer to that is Tamil Elam was a separated state which was demanded by the Sri Lankan Tamils to not to get into the dominance of Sri Lanka. Its main reason was they are not getting the equal opportunity as the Sinhalese were getting in that country, and so they decided not to fight but to get an independent state. Now what happened is government did not listen to them. They do not pay any attention to Sri Lankan Tamils, and they let it be the way it was, and this eventually leads to a civil war. Sinhalese want to establish a dominance, Tamil do not want to live in the dominance, and so they had a civil war, and that was a really furious one. Both sides started disputing each other, and this was the first reason which has make Sri Lanka more 10 years back, because they had a civil war, and you know a civil war in a country really makes a country weak from inside and outside as well. Now this civil war in the country minuses the years of development, and all the things were ruined. Everywhere it's ash and ash. People, thousands of people were killed. Most of properties have been destroyed, and country was really destructed at a level. As I told you in the beginning, Dominance, monarchy, monarchical form, one government system, inheritance of destruction in democracy, end of the country. And this is where it's not lead to the end, it leads to an answer, but somewhere it's even leads to the end of a country, and country has to go subordinate to another country. Okay, so these are the effects of social, cultural, and economic setback. If they would have been, जैसे हिंदी में हम इसे कहते हैं परामर्श रखना, या फिर हिंदी में हम इसे कहते हैं सलाह करना, तो अगर वो लोग सलाह करके ये काम करते तो हो सकता था they do not have a civil war, they could share the power, they could say that Sinhala would have their own community government and Sri Lankan Tamils have their own community government. No one can say in between them. Only the central government, or we have the system like central government, state government. So they can follow that system. Like we are going to study about community government in Belgium. So they could do that, but instead of doing that, instead of they उन्होंने किसी की सलाह नहीं ली, उन्होंने ना आपस में बैठ के एक सुलझी हुई बात करी कि हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं. They started up, they do not listen to anyone, and that was a furious battle. Now, this was one of the important things that Belgium is famous for. Now, instead of taking war as a substitute, Belgium took out a very, very prudential reason, and that was of power sharing. Now, how this becomes more preferential, I will tell you. Sri Lankan Tamils do not pay any attention. They do not, I could say, they do not even listen to each other, and they led to the civil war. But in Belgium, they do not did so because they sat together. No, that's not the reason. They all think that a civil war can destruct a country more than of the dominance, and so they decided to listen to everyone's views and leading to a result which would be preferable for a whole country. And so what they do? They do the power sharing, as I told you. Equal member of ministers from Dutch and French speaking in the central government. Now what has they done is they formed the two government that we are also having, central government and the state government. Now here central is union government. Okay, so what did they do? That they have equal number of Dutch. 1 second. If you are liking the video and really it carries a meaning to you, then quickly hit the like button. Okay, let's proceed. So, equal number of ministers of Dutch. Now, what the government, when government is formed in Belgium, the members in the community, in the government, were 50% of, you could say, Dutch members, and 50% are of French. Okay, no single community can make decision unilaterally. What means this? किसी भी कम्युनिटी को एक डिसीजन नहीं दे सकती थी, डिसीजन दे नहीं सकती थी, मतलब फ्रेंच कम्युनिटी दे डू नॉट गिव डिसीजन फॉर डच एंड दे डू नॉट इवन गिव डिसीजन फॉर द होल कंट्री. दे कैन गिव डिसीजन. फ्रेंच अगर डिसीजन दे सकती थी तो वो सिर्फ अपनी कम्युनिटी के लिए, द फ्रेंच स्पीकिंग पीपल. ओके, सो दे हैव थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ state government, central government, and community government. The people belonging to the same community, same language speaking community. Transfer of power from the center to state. State government will not be the subordinate to central. Now what this happens is, this is the rule of democracy even students. See, children, what happens is, while we have power sharing, we divide the power into two, central and state. Now what happens is that the central and states becomes equal. Now how it's become equal? Central takes the decision on the things that is beneficial for the country, and the states take decision on the matters which are beneficial for a state to follow. Now the central's decision can be at central level, state will be at state level. Okay, so now what they do is, central cannot force state to pass any law in their own states. Okay, you could know this because you'll be studying it before also. So no one is subordinate to anyone. Central is equals to state and state is always equals to central. Separate government in Brussels with equal representation of French and Dutch. Now the same thing that happens in Belgium, but same thing happens in the Brussels even. Brussels has its own government where French and Dutch people present in the government is in same quantity. Formation of community government by the people belonging to the one language community. As I told you, people belonging to Dutch, French, and German have their own community governments. Cultural, education, and language. Why I am waiting on these words? Now, this is something that is mindful person can do. This is what education brings to us. Education, if your education brings a war to you, if you're fighting, if you're not a peaceful mind, you do not judge people on what they do, but on what they are actually being, then your intelligence, your education doesn't carry you any meaning. Actual intelligence and education carries meaning in Belgium rather than in Sri Lanka. Education, how carries meaning in Belgium? In Belgium, instead of taking civil war as an end result, they goes to a community government for this, not the separation of the country, but the separation of people. And they do not even separate people; they separated the governments. So this is a way, and this is a beneficial way that our country even follows today. The country united respecting the feelings of different communities and regions. Now, power sharing is something that is very efficient. And please mark, students, this is the important paragraph that I have wrote it for you. This is not in your book. This is not the out of course even. I had wrote this because this is the end result. It's a 5 marker question. Now, how could you say, ma'am, it's written so much, it's so briefly, and how could be the 5 marker question? I had written you for just in a brief understanding, but you could write and elaborate it according after reading the chapter. And I have answered this answered this question in the previous lecture. Okay, so power sharing result. The country is united, respecting the feeling of different communities and regions. Now, what happens is power sharing does not lead to civil war, but it leads to the people's happiness and people's awareness for for everyone in the country. Now, see the Belgium and Sri Lanka similarities. Both are democratic countries. I could say, if you had studied before in ninth class briefly, I would take a recap that Sri Lanka and this Belgium is both were democratic countries. Difference is power sharing arrangement is different. Now, how you could see that soft painting of these two maps here. This is the Belgium map and this is the Sri Lankan map. So you could see behind. Now, what's the power sharing arrangement different? Instead of power sharing, Sri Lanka chosen the part of civil war and they leads to destruction. Instead of taking the civil war as an end product, Belgium adopted the concept of what is concept of? Currently answer me. What did they adopt it? This is again an important question. Please write it in your copies and write it in the chat box first. What did Belgium adopted rather than adopting civil war as an end product? Yes, they adopted the ideology of sharing the powers. Correct. What is the unique about Belgium? Leaders have realized that unity in a country is possible only by respecting the feeling and interest of different communities and regions. Now, see, children, I'll give you the example of your own house. Sometimes the siblings had a fight, a furious fight, even. Why this? Because this is the thing that they do not value their own interest. Sometimes the sibling who's bigger, she says that no, you have to the younger one. No, you have to follow what I say. No, younger one saying no, I will not listen. You are not the boss here, and this is leads to the fighting. So a unity can be established when both of this decision taken or decision making और जैसे हम परामर्श में जैसे आपको बार बार हिंदी में बता रहे हूँ उस चीज़ को करके अगर किसी चीज़ का रिजल्ट निकाला जाता है then that is the uniqueness in the Belgium rather than having a furious fight. What is the drawback system followed in Sri Lanka? Dominance of majority. Sinhalese by refusing the now Sinhalese do not even 1% cared about the feelings of Sri Lankan Tamils, and there they had to lead to the unities, disunity. Okay. Now, why is power sharing desirable in democracy? We have two reasons for that. Now, see, children, these are also a question. I will dictate the question for you. Write the question. How power sharing is desirable in democracy? This is the first question. And second question is, please frontly open your copies and write down. State any two prudential and moral reason which makes power sharing desirable. Okay, I'll repeat. Write any two reasons, prudential and moral reasons, which make power sharing more desirable. Here are given three, but generally schools or union exams they're asking two. So again, this is a 3-marker question. You could elaborate what I've written in this. You could write down the points that I have written, and after that, you could make it in your own points. Reduces the conflict between social groups. Now, this is very important. Prudential reason is it reduces the conflicts. You understand? Conflicts is the chances of war. Conflicts means the chances to get a battle or a furious fight. So it stops that. It gives or reduces that. Stability in political order, because as power is shared, it becomes stability and values everyone's feeling. And obviously, when a better feeling is there, no conflicts were there, everyone is understanding each other, then there will be a better outcome. Moral reason, it is the spirit of democracy. Now, this is children, I think this is something that is very, very, very important. I think you should learn this that power sharing is a very spirit of democracy. Please make a mark, student. This is given in a book. Currently go there, highlight it or write it. Very, very important. Power sharing is very spirit of democracy. Spirit means the soul. इन हिंदी विद से आत्मा जिसे हम कहते हैं, आत्मा के बिना शरीर नहीं चल सकता. उसी तरह पावर शेयरिंग के बिना डेमोक्रेसी कैन नॉट बी रियली फॉलोड इन अ कंट्री. If a country is following the idea of power sharing, then a country is unilaterally not following the democracy, but following the democracy at a broader level. People have right to be consulted and by government practices. Now, people have right to consulted means now again, as I told you, people do not leads to a result by one opinion, but they takes to the opinion of everyone. Okay, power sharing is valuable. Okay, so power sharing is valuable and it leads to the better outcome. Now these are the two reasons. If you are not written, then kindly recap the video and look to it. Why in a democracy should political power be distributed? Now, yes, this is again an very important question. Please mark it, and it's given in a book. And currently, you're not getting it, then quickly write down from the screen, because this is something that can bring 5 marks in your exam. See, 5 marks for me carries a lot of meaning. Really, and not for me, it's carry a lot of meaning for everyone. So you cannot miss it. Write it quickly, write down. Now, I want to tell you a trick before that. The trick is whenever you go to face a questions that has been a perfectual marking, that 5-marker question or 3-marker question, then at least in social science, I'm talking about alone social science, not science, maths, and other subjects. Alone as social science, if you're going to cross a 5-marker question, then it's necessary for you people to first write the description that you write in the democracy should have political powers to be distributed because of the following reasons. After writing that, you need to write the 5 points. Then a teacher or examiner could give you 5 marks on the conceptual basis writing of your answer. This is a writing skill that you need to develop while writing the answers in social science. Okay, whomsoever in you wanted to adopt it social science as your career basis, so you should develop a writing skill. And if you had not having it, then it's an plenty of time has been left for exams to are approaching, so you will develop a habit. Write a description of the question. Sometimes you write as usual as the question is, then rest is as follows or for the reason of, and then write the 5 points. If you have 3-marker, then you can write 3 points everywhere. Okay, in 2-marker, in 1-marker, 2-marker, you could write the answer in lines. Otherwise, more preferable is writing in points. So now answer is, let's go back to it, because I think that more than learning a thing is best way to present it to the examiner that you could get free marks. See, this is the free mark. That's why social science considered to be more lengthiest, and that's why social science considered to be more easiest to get marks. Why in a democracy should political power be distributed? People are source of all power. People are the whole soul. Now, as I told you, and you all know, you had studied a chapter democracy in your last class, and if you are not studied, then please go back. Shrajan has provided this chapter even on his channel. Kindly go back. I'll put the link in the description box. Even please check it from there and kindly pay attention to what democracy is really. And now gets to back. People are the source, people are the whole soul. People rule themselves through institutional self-governance. As I've told you, people themselves choose at whom they want to be governed from. Due respect is given to diverse groups and views. Now in democracy, no one has got to feel the feeling of alienation. Everyone is given equal respect. No one is big, no one is small. Everyone is equal in the eyes of law and government. Okay, all our voice is shaping public policies and opinions. Now, this is something that is desirable and you could understand. Now, see, this is a flowchart. See, children, there comes in another trick for writing an answer. If, as I told you for the 5 marker questions, sometimes we get dispatched from our mind. Even I, when writing the answer, sometimes I was so much stressed because social science paper is a little bit lengthier because the answer writing format is too big. So when you're writing the answer, sometimes you forgot and write it in the paragraph form. Then you could do one thing is that rather than cutting and rubbing that or making it ruined, you could make the flowchart of whatever you had written in that paragraph just besides the answer. That would make the examiner more relaxable to check your answer. So kindly make the flowchart as fast as you can. Make a habit. Develop a habit. If you had written a 5 marker question in a paragraph, then quickly make a pie chart, or you could make a pictorial form or a flowchart form. Okay. So now here is a flowchart among different organs of the government: legislative, executive, and judiciary. Results in balancing of power. Now, because how it results is beneficial in balancing the power, because legislature, executive, and judiciary keeps a check on every one of legislature on executive, executive, judiciary, and judiciary keeps the check on both of them. Judges also check the work of other organs. Now, as I told you, judges check on the executive. Judges are in judiciary. J for judiciary and J for judges. Judiciary, you all know, high court, supreme courts. So they kept the check on executive and legislature. A system of checks and balances. A system of checks and balances. This is known as, okay, no organ gets unlimited powers. Everyone has, these are three, so then they would be getting the equal powers. No one is powerful, that you could not say that judiciary is more powerful than legislature or legislature is more powerful than executive. They have their equal powers and their own powers, which can be utilized on the powers of needs. All ministers, government officers are responsible for the state assembly. Horizontal distribution allows organs exercise different powers. Now, what this horizontal distribution means? This basically means that this horizontal distribution this horizontal distribution, see, horizontal means this, and this horizontal distribution is like this. I'm just writing the first letters of each: legislature, judiciary, and your executive. Now this is the horizontal power sharing, as you would see in your refreshers if you're considering to. So I had seen in my refresher that horizontal power sharing is this horizontally present of these three organs of the government. These are the organs. Level is something that has been written in the part like steps. Level means this is level 1, this is level 2. So you jump from level to level. Here you don't jump. Here you are at the same level. Here you had a different level like this, going upwards. Here it's going in a symmetrical way. Okay. So now let's go further. Forms of power sharing. Vertical division of power. Now what is vertical division of power? This is vertical division of your power. Vertical division is this. Now again, why it is written as this? Because central is more powerful. State is more powerful than the district level, but less powerful than the central. Now, some of the countries follows the quick reason of the following democracy. So this is the vertical power sharing. There is a level. So these are the different levels of the government. See, here I give you another trick if you're following that. Levels means first level, going to second level, going to third level. Level you jump and horizontally you go like symmetrical like this. Okay. I think this would be the biggest line I've ever made. Okay. So this is the way you could go for the levels and you could learn it. Because when I was in class 10th, I used to learn it this ways only. Because if you're going to just sit and learn social science, reading as books as you do in science, you could not go for that. A general government for the entire country called the central government, as you could say union government and regional government. Same with panchayat and municipalities, heads on the villages. Constitutional distribution of power and state and center. Constitutional distribution, this is constitution divides the country and the state government, as I told you, in Rajasthan we have state government of Ashok Gehlot. Different social groups, accommodation, social diversity. Now, what is social diversity? Belonging of different people to different castes and religions. Who would we feel alienated? No one is going to feel alienated in the presence of democracy. Influences interest groups, businessmen, industries, farmers, and industrial works. Formation of coalition government when different parties were alliance. Now, alliance means coming of two or more parties together to contest election and to win it. Thus, we have in 2014 when I could say the central elections were held in there. Political parties pressure groups and movements and influence those in power. Okay, now this is a summary that we have read all about in this chapter. Okay, amongst the government, different level, general government, the entire government called the central government. We are also studied about the state government. Okay, constitutional powers, again an important point. Same with Panchayati Raj and municipalities. Vertical division of powers, I've told you vertical division is something like this. Central, state, and district level. Districts, I would like to state the cities, okay? Okay, and horizontal we have distribution like this. You could learn this, children, okay? It's so easy to learn with the flowcharts, and please memorize the tricks that I have told you. Okay, that would be beneficial for you to gain marks, and whenever teacher sees a flow chart or writing answer and points, it doesn't read to the answers, it directly gives you the point, because social science teachers need to main focus upon the not upon the material or not upon your big stories, but his main reason was checking the answer is to that answer should be having that one point that is necessary and question is asking for. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. We'll be coming up with more interesting things in future, and please make a mark that you like this video. Please share, subscribe, and we'll be subscribe button can help you to make you aware of our upcoming videos, and if you like it, then please make in the chat box. Thank you. Okay, now this is the questions that need to be answered in the chat, and fastest fingers as in KPC. So fastest fingers will be taking the names in another upcoming video. Question I'll dictate you for just in 5 minutes. What is the state religion of Sri Lanka? Do not take a recap. Just whatever you had learned from listening this video, directly write it in the chat box. I'll be checking your answers. Which measures adopted by the democratically elected government established in Sinhala supremacy? What meant by vertical division of powers? I have told you to recognize it just before as I send you the next slide. Which community was rich in Belgium? Now see, it's talking about Belgium, not about Brussels. So Belgium as a whole, which community is relatively powerful, you have to state that, in which system of power sharing called checks and balances. Now you have to directly write your answers. Fastest fingers will be given, and I will give you the answers. Okay. What is the state religion of Sri Lanka? Which measures democratically Sinhala supremacy, community rich in Belgium, vertical division of power, and checks the system of power sharing, checks and balances. Okay, so I'll be waiting for your reviews, and thank you for attending the session. May you find it